Yes, my name is Alexander Henson. I am the attorney for the Recall Leffel movement. In a nutshell, Marianne Leffel has betrayed the public trust. She has used her official position to promote private interests, particularly Cal-Am, the water company, that a majority of the people in her district voted to take public, and then she used her position on the local agency formation commission, which usually just decides boundary lines between districts and things like that. She used her position to nullify the vote to take Cal-Am public, and we believe that that was a very costly decision, that by taking Cal-Am public, that will remove the profit motive and the amount of money that goes for their profit, and therefore we will save money in our water rates with a publicly owned company, water delivery system. So there's no reason that the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District cannot adequately perform that function, except that Marianne Leffel said no, and it won't go forward as long as she is in a position to continue that. Therefore, we want to recall.
I'm Nancy Runyon, and I am chair of the committee to recall Marianne Leffel from her District 3 Airport, Monterey Airport Board. We also want to recall Leffel because of the damage that she's done sitting on our airport board. How many people do you know that make the city sue their airport board? This was her damaging plan that was invalid, that the city warned her violated CEQA and was not going to work, and they went ahead and voted for it. And then they asked, the city mayor wrote to the airport board and said, would you please reconsider your decision, because it's an illegal EIR that you have, that you're trying to promote. And they ignored it, and so the city had to sue. So 2 years later, the judge said the city was right, and he even called out Marianne Leffel's lies to the city of Delray Oaks in the city council meeting. And he said this plan is invalid and it's illegal, it has to be and decided for the city of Monterey. So the airport district has to pay $179,000 in the city of Monterey's legal fees. Plus the airport district has their own legal fees. And what about the city of Monterey's staff time? Reading the EIR, preparing their statements of why it was invalid, all of this thing. So this has cost us probably $500,000 wasted because she promoted a plan that was not going to work. So then when she sits on the LAFCO, the Local Agency Formation Commission, she votes against the public takeover of Cal-Am, which the voters voted for. And there's no reason for that. The staff said, yes, it's feasible. But they still said, we don't believe it. We think that public water is not going to work. We have to have Cal-Am run our water system, even though 85% of the country has publicly owned water. So we think we deserve it too, and we're tired of all the mistakes that Cal-Am is making. So sitting on the LAFCO board, she voted against her own voters, and they hired another consultant for $80,000 who said, yes, it's feasible, that Monterey can take over their water system. So this is why we want to get her off of the airport board and therefore off of the LAFCO and stop making these decisions that are not in her voters' favor and are costing us all an awful lot of money, even if it's federal tax dollars that are going to pay for all of the airport legal fees of Monterey and the airport. It's still our tax dollars. So that's why we're trying to recall Marianne Leffel. We're trying to put it on the ballot for November, and you'll hear a lot more about it if we can get it on.
Tammy Jennings. I am out here trying to get signatures so that we can get on the ballot to recall Marianne Leffel. Leffel is the only LAFCO commissioner that the Peninsula voters can hold accountable. Salinas Valley voters elected for the commissioners who voted against the buyout, but Marianne is the only one that we can recall on the Peninsula to help us move our mission forward. In 2018, 24,000 voters passed Measure J by 56%. Measure J mandated that the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District pursue a buyout of Cal-Am if feasible. Feasibility was proven in 2019. Why it hasn't gotten any further now, the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District was ready to make CalAm an offer and start the public buyout process, but LAFCO, that's the local agency formation commission approval, was the last step before proceeding. We just need signatures, people, just to get it on the ballot and let the public make the decision. She voted against what Measure J voted for. She voted against the buyout of CalAm. One person shouldn't have the right to stop the will of the people. That's why we're saying defend democracy, let it work. The will of the people is what should happen, and not one person or a special interest group or whatever. It should be what the people have voted for. It's just very disappointing that those people did not go forward with the buyout, which the people want. Because in my opinion, it's not the desal plant, it's the fact that our water is owned by a private corporation. No one should make a profit on something I need to live. That's the bottom line. At some point, I'm sure desal will be a project in the Monterey Bay area. Hopefully it will be environmentally friendly. But CalAm needs to go because they are making a profit on our water, and it's not right. Public water, that's how it should be. So please come sign the recall effort to get Leffel off the LAFCO commission, out of the airport district, so that we can move forward with purchasing CalAm and making the water public for everyone, not at a profit. Thank you.